Ooh. What? Hey, baby. Shake 'em. Shut up and shake it. Shut up and shake it. Okay. How you doing? Today's a good day, right? Today's a good day. I put yesterday when I was taking some pictures, outside, I took a video of a flag. And, I didn't say anything, okay? I just the flag, you hear the wind, you see the clouds, you see barely a cloud, all the beautiful sky, you could hear the birds. Oh God, I am so afraid right now that groove is going to bring in la la la. No. This is Bird, if I'm not mistaken. But you gotta be careful, man, because hey man, hey man, I doggone it when I was in when I was in sign language class, and mind you, I was by this time I had been in sign language, it was my third semester of sign language or something crazy. Shit, I don't know days and times, Anyway, but we had to do a song, and we had to sign the song. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So the freaking song I chose, I think it had the word poop in it. I think it had the word poop in it, okay? And then since and I was like, I got this. They had some deaf people come in to help judge the songs. Oh my gosh, it's not even I kind of knew some of the deaf people and from BW3s because they would have a deaf night, not a deaf jam. Be a deaf night. We're just deaf people come to drink and socialize, just specifically. And you gotta have, well, by the time I worked at BW3s, I knew about that and I already knew how to sign, but they didn't do it in my area, but they did it in this area. So the word, I was like that, I guess that means fuck. I don't know what I did. I either did. I got nothing. I don't know. I gotta look that up. I'll tell you what. Whatever it was, everybody was really upset, and nobody understood why an 8-month-old pregnant woman would be doing that in Pooh Bear coveralls. Okay, so overalls. What's a coverall then? Well, I guess a coverall would be if you were painting a room. But a coverall? Damn it, I left my tea over there. You know when you do something, you're like, I'm good. And then it's fuckerino. Fuckerino, right? Alright, so, oh, yeah, so the flag. Ah, jeez Louise. You get comments and you're like, really, man? Somebody actually commented, so, what's the big deal? And I'm kind of glad that the bozo did that. And I'll tell you why. Because there is something to be said about silence. And there's something to be said with no sirens screaming in the distance, no smoke billowing above the clouds, no screaming, no crying, nobody running, nobody, it's, there's a lot to be said for that. So if somebody says, what's the big deal, that just, thank you very much, because you just proved my point. Like, you got it so good you don't even know, you piece of shit. But seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, somebody might say, hey, you, that's for fleurs, le fleurs, le fleurs. And I'm going to say nay, because, nay, I'll do the nay, because I'm thinking, also a carafe for wine. I will say that. But I'm a drinker, as you know. I drink, bitch. Drink, bitch. And I will drink, bitch, like all day long. So if I like something, I like it. Like, I don't like it, I love it. Like, I'm like, yahoo! So I like, gotta drink a bunch of this shit. Man, all I see is chins. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, chin, chinny, chinny, chin, chin, chin. And then I'm like, oh man. This girl, she was on Bad Girls Club and stuff like that. She's on the Zeus Network, and they're like, not today, Chin. She's a real dick, too. She's literally a piece of work, as the mob would say. Cosa Nostra, I should say. Not the mob, but just the Cosa Nostra. Anyway, so, yeah. So, yeah, it is just that. Exactly, you're right, sir. It is just a, and I'm guessing it was a dude. I shouldn't do that, I guess. There's dicks in all kinds of genders, I guess. I guess there's more than two. But, so there's that. And then I was like, doggone it, like, I don't know who follows me. I cannot figure out the computer at all. Like, I didn't buy it. I didn't. So, I wish my bro would, like, hang out with me, because, I don't want to ask, because he's got little, youngins. I remember those days, so you're just a rippling and running all day long. I don't take Vietnam lightly, but I say, like, it's like, I'm not kidding, like, there's something once your kids become adults, like, not just 18, but, like, 21 and over, that it's like, woo! Wow! Like, that happened. Wow. Like, once it's over, I'm just like, fuck it. I felt like I was, like, run through the panties. But I also literally was in, like, the worst situations on the planet, so maybe nobody else feels like that, but I was in some shitty situations. But, gosh darn it. When I think about it, I'm like, that's why I have the computer, because somebody was like, you gotta write a book, you gotta put that shit down. And I was like, okay. And then I'll, like, think of all this stuff, and then I'm like, ooh, and I'm like, that's not spelled right. And was that a sound? You know what I mean? Like, is there dew in the air? Like, is the moon in line with Venus? And then I forgot my thought, and I got a whole bag of nothing. Whole bag of it, like, full of nothing. And I'm like, what am I doing? And then I'm like, Okay, so today I'm going to go to the old grocery storeisms, and I'm going to get me some, do you remember when people called vans grocery getters, and they, like, thought they were really cool? They'd be like, I'm getting you a grocery getter. Way to go. So I'm going to make stuffed mushrooms today. I'll teach you how. I got by the way, these stuffed mushrooms are stellar. Legitimately stellar. I would make bigger shit, but my oven's broke. And I don't want to tell the guy that is my landlord, which brings me around to something else. I got a comment from somebody that I haven't talked to in a bajillion years, and I don't know who's, like, on here, but she's like, oh no shit, the pierogies, mine are always fucked up. So I was like, oh my god, un momento, because it's funny, because I'm in her ex-boyfriend's house, and my girlfriends were like, we were all, like, soul sisters, but this person and her sister, we were just, like, always together. Like, always. They were like, like my best friends. Like our dad, why do I say like, yeah, a dumb virgin who can't drive. Like she, like, like is being my haze. Hey. But those two were like my best fucking friends. It's funny because we were like in baton together. We both worked at Farmore. You know, they would work at McDonald's. They were hard workers, really good at school, both like excellent grades. Really great kids. Just awesome people in general. Just in general. Things are so different now. I did not expect to cry like this. I didn't expect to cry like this. They're just so different now. But she had me, she would always set me up with rides. Actually, all my girlfriends would set me up with rides to school. Hold on a second. I can't, like, cry like this. I can't keep crying. Well, I gotta cry, yes. I mean, what? Am I gonna cry? I hate blowing nose. That much I'll say. Well, I don't like crying that much either, though. What are you gonna do, though? What are you gonna do? Anyway, they would always send me up with rides. Thank God, you know. And they all knew I had a psycho mom too, so they were like, don't worry about it. And, it's funny because the one sister I live in, the guy that she made take me to school every day. I'm running from him, so it's hilarious. The circle of life. Just so funny. Like, I even recorded, like, I feel stupid in a way because I figured out, like, I didn't have much money, and I figured out how to download our talent show. And it cost $20 to get, like, a thumb drive or something like that. And where I lived, and I figured it out, and I put it on, like, Facebook or something, and I wanted to send it to people, but I didn't know how. And then I wanted to make more, but I didn't know how. And I thought, well, okay, I think I need like 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. I really didn't have another dollar. Like today, I'll get paid tomorrow. But because I used the rest of my cleaning money, so yesterday when I was at the dispensary, I have zero today. So, like, my gas light's on, and I have $0. I think I had to leave 1 penny in the bank when I took out $3.47 yesterday. $3.47. So, when I said, hey, you know, like, can you throw me, like, 10 bucks, and I'll send it to you? I think people thought I was, like, trying to make money, and, I'm not feeling bad for myself when I say this. I'm just saying it. When I was living in the ghetto in public housing, I'd go on Facebook and I'd see people from high school. One person got married and they all had lobster seated wedding, and I'd see like old friends and like these most beautiful Christmas pictures and people getting like just so happy, and I would think to myself, what the fuck happened? Because I remember being that person, and now I'm waiting on that person I'm cleaning that person's house. I'm watching that person's kids, cleaning their toilets, and I know their craziest secrets and or whatever, you know, like when you clean people's houses, you find out some shit. Ooh, doggy. You guys, legitimately, you can never ever. Literally, cleaning homes is a Cosa Nostra. I'm not even kidding. Like, you cannot say shit. I'll never say the shit I've seen, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people do, but. So it was like really hard because I did have like 2 pennies to rub together, but I think that kind of added to the, you know, I mean, when I was married, my goodness, I was married for like 5 years and we had beautiful pictures. We had the most beautiful, I worked at the picture people. Here's how I did this because my husband didn't want me to work. I didn't want to work, okay? I did not want to work. But if you don't have any access to your husband's money and you're kind of like put on a little string of like, why'd you spend $1.35? Then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get a job, eat a dick, because this is stupid. If that's how you want to be, I already filled out an application, so eat it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like, why does that even have to happen? And that is how, that was, to me, that was the beginning of there was alcoholism with both of us, but it was not just that. It was like a constant, maybe control, it's control, yes, but it's deeper than that. Like, if I worked before we got married, and then we get married and I stopped working, and that's like, all I've ever wanted in my entire life, so it was like the best. But if I walk to the mall with my child and you say, what was $1.35, what'd you spend $1.35 on? And I say a coffee, and he says, $1.35 for a coffee? Why are you doing that? You're trying to ruin our kids' lives or something? Because $1.35 times 28, even 30 is X, and then 30 times, you know, this time 12 times that, and then multiply that by the time they turn 18. Why are you taking that from them? So it was like, wow. Like, even when I was married, like, I was so fucking focused on my family that one time we went to, I believed that being a mother and it is, but I truly believed it was selfless. So I never took care of myself the way that I took care of everybody else. We had gotten in a car, drove almost a complete hour, went to Aurora Farms outlet stores, and walked around. We sat down. We've got my youngest she was young. She might have been like 6 months. And we had like a double stroller because my oldest is only 2 years older than her almost. So we walked around. Everybody's got matching outfits, blah, blah, blah. You know, I set out everybody's clothes. I've got all the juice, and like I would get carrot juice because not straight juice because they get sick. And, you know, I had all these like healthy carrot snacks and all this like specialty things I would make, and I made all the homemade food, and I made everything, okay? I fucking did that. And I was thrifty. I would go to like my outlaw and I would go to, we say we were going sailing. Garage sailing, that is. So we go sailing, and my dad, my other outlaw, he'd make a map of all the places we were gonna go, because he'd look at the newspaper, and he'd look at all the addresses. You know, like he used to sell or deliver flowers, so he knew the area pretty good. He was still delivering flowers at this time. He's the sweetest guy on the planet. They both were. And then, so we'd go sailing. So I'd buy awesome clothes, because nobody understands how much clothes you get that you fly through the sizes when they're infants. You fly through them. Like, don't you only use like 2 things out of 24 things you got. You don't really use them unless you're really on your game every day and changing them like a doll, which I do. So, so we're at this fucking outlet store, man. I look around the table. Wow, everybody looks so good, like, man, my husband's so handsome. Look at my beautiful son. Gosh, he's smart. Look at him. Oh, look at my daughter. She's so cool. Look how advanced. Man, she's a little woman there, little casserole. And I looked at myself like, I'm wearing slippers. Not just slippers. I'm talking about bear claw slippers. I'm wearing pajamas and a coat. I go, whoa, I said, what the hell? I go, what? You didn't notice I was wearing bear claw fucking slippers and pajamas? What the shit, But I didn't say that because I didn't swear in front of my kids. Even when they're little, especially while around, just no. And now I like swearing that for all the past lives. All the lives anybody's ever lived. So I'm good on that. Anyway, he's like, I didn't notice. So what's that tell you? But we did pre-caina. We did pre-caina. Pre-caina, if you're not Catholic, is something you have to do before you get married. And I became Catholic like right before we got, well, here's the deal. We dated for like over 2 years. I knew about something that I kept a secret, never spoke on. Never. And it was a big problem because that really started the disrespect, in my opinion, because if you keep somebody's secret, like really secret, you have like a secret society, like your own little secret society. And it's a real bond that you have. But to keep somebody's secret when it's hurting you, and it's just like gonna not be the best idea. But anyway, so I decided I was going to leave him. I was done with this shit. We were together for like 2 years. I was getting older. I didn't give a damn. I was like 28. I said, yeah, I'm out. Yeah. And I decided to become a nun. Because I'll have none of that. And I will have none of that. And I was going to work at an orphanage and be a nun. And that was okay with me. Like, I don't need a bone. I'm okay, you know what I mean? Like, I've already lasted a fucking fortnight, okay? So, I'm Gucci. And so I had no problem doing that at all. But he said, why don't I sponsor you? And I was like, all right. And then, we still sleep in the same bedroom and stuff, but we never touched each other. Really, we did not. And then, we started getting closer again, and I was like, we're still going to leave. And then I became a Catholic, and he asked me to marry him. Well, there goes that nun plan, but I'll tell you why I had no problem with it, because I do love him, and I did want children so fucking bad. I knew I was told no. I knew I was told I can't have kids. I knew that. But I believed I could, so with me, there's no telling me no. Like, if I believe something, woohoo, like, like, I'll watch my videos and I'm like, girl, you are way off. Like, you are way. Like, I'll say shit like, I said something about vinegar and baking soda. It is vinegar and cornstarch, dude, not baking soda. What the shit? If I put baking soda and vinegar together, it would, like, create a chemical reaction, not a soothing effect. So, anyway. So, like, I would do these pre-cainas and stuff with him. We got married 6 months later, by the way. Then I became a Eucharistic minister right off the rip. And then, because I love it. I love the whole pageantry of the Catholic Church. And when I became a Catholic, I was always jealous of the Catholic kids because my church was lame and it lasted for like 2.5 hours, and we all got sashayed down in some weird room and had to sing Father Abraham. Father Abraham and many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Left arm, Father Abraham. So it does that. Next thing you know, you're like, it's really good. Anyway, so I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hate the songs. I hated all of it. Anyway, so Catholic church is an hour. You go, you get to stand up, sit down, eat something, walk around, fucking take a shot. Like, what the hell is there not to love? So, plus the music's not all like, well, it is now, but it wasn't then, you know. And gosh darn it, I hate that shit when they do that. Like, I love tambourine. I would, if I had a tambourine, I'd be playing it this entire time. That's why I don't have a tambourine. Doggone it, tambourine. Like, don't you bring tambourine in my backyard like that, sir. Like, do not do that to my music and bring that tambourine up in here. Anyway, so like pre-caina, they were like, pre-caina is when a group of people from the church, the upper people or whatever, the important pillars of the church, go and teach these kids or whoever's getting married in the Catholic Church for a weekend. Usually it's like 3 days in a way. So it's like 2.5 or whatever. Sometimes it's longer. It depends on where you go. So we did that. We did that for 5 years. And we were the pillars, okay? We were the pillars, okay? We are like crazy alcoholics, but we're the pillars. And it was then, you have to say your speech a few times before all the people before you actually do the pre-caina weekend. So we hear everybody's speeches and then we critique everybody's speeches and all that shit, and then we get it just right. And then we go take people for an entire weekend and tell them how to act. And give them tests. And test their religion, but test each other. I even had to take a test before I got married. I think we did do pre-caina. We had to have, but we had to take a written test, like a not a written, but like you fill out the dots test. It's like 3 pages, I want to say, and the priest actually goes, yeah, you guys, you can't get married. You cannot get married. And I was like, what? And my old man was like, and we were like, whatever, dude, deuces. But then we ended up like pillar of the church. So I remember saying to them what was going on, which I never, ever, ever did, but I wanted help so flipping bad. I had already gone to the priest 3 or 4 times and left and went into labor, and I'm asking the whole fucking pillars, which consisted of 3 deacons and their wives, and me and my husband, and like 1 other offset couple. But we were very young. We were like 29 or something when we started that stuff. So we were young, so we were a good example. And do you believe they told me no? They said, yeah, you can't put that in there. And I was like, but it's happening. And they're like, no, you can't do that. I had to do a whole pre-caina and lie to people, taking out the part that I felt made me a good wife and made our marriage like stronger. So instead of somebody saying, hey, you guys, let's sit down and talk, and let's talk to you, buddy. Like, let's see, why are you doing this, honey? Like, why are you doing this to your wife? Like, what? you know, and nobody did that. Like, no matter who I talked to, nobody. No, but I talked to two different priests, not one, two. And one I saw like 3 times or 4 times, and every time I begged for help, he just chain smoke and be like, well, you know, read Corinthians or something stupid and like go do like 10 Hail Marys and eat a dick and fuck off, because I was like, okay, like every single time I'm like, these both of these priests were at our wedding. Our wedding, we had 3 or 4, I think 3 deacons, all the deacons, I think 4 deacons, whatever amount there was in the whole St. Mary's. And I say that because there's St. Mary's everywhere. So that's how many. We had the entire, like, who's who of the church in there. And my husband was like captain of the football team and all, like, pretty much like a valedictorian. They don't call them valedictorians, but he was a valedictorian. So he's always like, stop saying that, but it's true. It's true. Like, if they picked one person, it would have been him. So, in my opinion. So, like, we also had, like, a lot of fun people there. And my family is crazy as shit. We had a polka band, live polka band, Frankie Yankovic, Yankovic, Jr., not senior. Senior was like 90 at this point, so we had junior. He's just as good, just as good. And then we had, like, why do I always do that? Bagpipers, and they do have, fuck, everybody, I cannot remember what does. Damn it, accordion? Accordions. I think they had accordions. I feel like there were accordions involved. And so we had a bagpiper too. It was really fucking cool. Like, it was all of the Cleveland, all the firemen. And they come and they make a big to do. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's like just go show. So yeah, I'm really grateful that my friends are watching, because I had no idea. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Like, I hope when I see everybody again, like, I won't be like this. I hope by then I'm like,